Hello everyone, this is Aether Nightmare and welcome back to Genshin Impact. It is time for another festival event, which is Homeward, He Who Caught the Wind. One day, you and Paimon suddenly receive an invitation from the Knights of Favonius, and so you return to Mondstadt to take part in a welcome ceremony that feels both familiar and just a little different. So this is supposed to be pretty much the ending to a lot of the Nod Cry events. So Lupus Majoris, I do believe that's Varga's quest, as well as Song of the Welkin Moon Act 8. That's going to be a Nod Cry. I'm going to be doing this early because, as you can see, I only have a few more days to get it done. So we're just going to jump into it as is and put the puzzle pieces back together. But this is more of a reunion style quest for Mondstadt anyway. So let's read the invitation letter. Greetings, Honorary Knight. They've used my name. Brennand. Brennand Paimon, that sounds like one full name. It is a pleasure to be in touch once more. This is Jean. The Wild Hunt threat in Nod Cry has been neutralized, and the Knights of Favonius expedition is drawing to a successful close. Our members will soon begin their return to Mondstadt. To express our gratitude, we have arranged a welcome celebration in the city. We extend our sincere invitation to you both to join us for this event, which will be held on the beach across from Starsnatch Cliff. Okay, just making sure. Result in areas or characters being occupied or meeting new characters early. Well, so long as I do the whole event thing. What's it called? Outlander Who Caught the Wind, this, I believe, enabled focus experience mode. Go to Mondstadt and attend the event. You've received an invitation from the Knights of Favonius that the event they're holding happens to take place at a very location where you begin your journey through Mondstadt and Paimon. That is it, right? Just double checking. Go to quest. Okay, it is, yeah. Enabling focused experience mode, so this should allow me to have full access to the quests regardless. Oh, it's all the way out here where we really did begin, I believe.
Huh, that's weird. Jean said this is where the event is supposed to be, but there's nothing here.
Wait, is this? It's been a while since we've been back here, and I fished you out of the ocean.
Oh yeah, now that you mention it. This is where our journey officially began.
I wonder if this is going to be symbolic for when we actually go to Snezhnaya.
That sure brings back memories. Kinda nostalgic, really. Even after all this time, this place hasn't changed one bit.
Fleeting moments, precious ones too.
Ah, look who's getting all sentimental and poetic. Well, we still need to find Jean and the others. Let's have a look around.
Just like old times.
Yeah.
So familiar, yet so different. They're even doing the camera angle thing like when you first started your journey. Prologue, question 1, Act 1, The Outlander Who Caught the Wind. Very funny, guys.
There used to be hydro slime hiding here, but it's gotta be gone now, right?
My journey begins again,
Whoa!
kinda.
A fungus? Are those supposed to be in Mondstadt?
No.
Not that these are a real threat to us at this point, but still.
Why am I high? Oh, my regular thing's Hydro. I was gonna say, I should be Pyro. Is this my regular Earthback stat? I don't think it is. No, it's not. This is whatever they gave me. This is not my good set. I have Lumine built for Natlan fights due to my limited Natlan characters, and this is not my Natlan.
They said this isn't hard enough. Should I grab a geofishing for the next round then?
Alice!
Is this really the time to get competitive?
Did you hear that, Paimon?
Hear what?
Must have been my imagination then.
I recognize your voice, Alice. I'm going to be messed with by witches very soon. Where'd you go, Paimon? Dodicos. Dodico booms?
Huh? Why did someone hang Jumpy Dumpty mines all over this tree?
More like Dodico blooms. Look like sunsettias, maybe?
What? But they don't look alike. You can't even eat them. Hold on. Could this be an event setup thing? Not a lot of people come here, but a bomb's still a bomb. If someone gets hurt by accident, Clee's gonna get marched off to the confinement room again.
Agreed. Let's help her clean it up. Do we know how to disarm these?
Yeah, but let's take a picture with the camera before we take them down. First the fungus, and now this? Something weird is going on. If it turns out not to be event-related, it'll be good to have a record of what we found.
You know what, Paimon? You've gotten sharper. You could even say you've ascended to a new level.
You couldn't just compliment Paimon's smarts like a regular person? Whatever. Paimon will take it. Better than being called emergency food, at least. Anyway, it never hurts to be careful. We've seen through lots of tricks, but we've also gotten the short end of the stick a bunch of times, too.
I'm not getting a bad feeling this time, though. For all we know, this could turn out to be an unexpected blessing.
Paimon likes the optimism. Come on, let's get that picture taken. Then, get rid of these bombs.
We gotta take a selfie first. The spotter camera, the camera that Paimon carries with her. Use it to record the noteworthy differences you find this time. Oh, maybe this is... it is for this quest. I see. So LB and B. Tree hung with dumpty mines. The mines and sunsettias really look alike. Let's hope no one found out the hard way. Ooh, where are they going? With confetti.
Fireworks! Guess there was no danger after all. Were those meant to welcome us or something? Anyway, we should be good here. Let's keep going.
Maybe we're gonna really retrace our journey and I have to play spot the differences? Joke's on you. I've been re-editing the old videos. So I might know a few more things just because of that.
What was it Paimon said back then? Ah, right! Oh, wow!
Look at the view!
That's a statue of the Seven!
We get the title drop again. Does that mean it's technically a new prologue? I mean, they did name it that, now that I said it out loud. There's a few of these statues scattered across the land to show the Seven's protection over the world. Were the geese there before? I mean, grains.
Among the 7 gods, this god controls the wind. You remember too. It's weird though. It seems like there's something different about it.
Yeah, the statue's red again. I think so too, but I can't tell at this distance. I can, and my vision is problematic.
Let's take a closer look.
Is the statue a different shape too? I can tell it's red when it's not supposed to be. Normally I glide down, but I think I have to follow Paimon.
Paimon's next line was...
As we all know,
Right! Poetry and language flow like the wind! Look! There really is something wrong with this statue of the Seven!
Yeah, is it different? It looks like... Wait, is that Klee? I think it's Klee. It is Klee.
Okay, Paimon's sure of it now. This can't be for an event.
It's
Who in
sacrilegious.
their right mind would replace that huge statue of the Seven with a statue of Klee?
It's pretty good though.
Yeah, and well made too. But that's not the point. You're not weirded out by this?
No, because I've got it all figured out. Something this over the top, it's got her written all over it.
Oh, you're right. This must be Alice's doing. She could put 100 Klee statues all around Mondstadt and Paimon still wouldn't be surprised. That explains the other weird stuff we saw up till now, too.
Yeah, even though she hasn't shown herself, we must already be inside her event.
She must have asked Jean to write that letter so we'd lower our guard. No, wait! Maybe that was Alice just pretending to be Jean. Paimon wouldn't put it past her.
Looks like the joke's on us. All in good fun, though, right?
Yeah, Paimon's not upset. The surprises were nice, and this statue is pretty cool. Plus, we got to take a little trip down memory lane. Makes Paimon feel all warm and fuzzy, remembering where it all began.
Same here.
What do we do now, though? There's nobody around.
Do we activate it?
If this
Take a
is
picture
some
of it?
sort of elaborate prank, guess we're in it until the people behind it jump out and say, "Gotcha!"
Maybe what Alice wants is for us to just keep going.
Huh? What does that mean?
The fungus, the bombsettia tree, the bombsettia, very funny. The statue of the Cleaven, seems to have prepared lots of surprises for us.
Oh yeah, and there could be even more. Guess all there's left to do is touch that statue and find out. Maybe it'll give you the power of pyro or something.
I already have the power of pyro, Paimon. I'm not that far behind. Dang! Running gag, probably because it took us so long to get it. A lot of people also might not have it yet.
The world opens itself before those with noble hearts.
Can't sing it. Let me take a picture, please. Oh, that's what it wants me to do. It actually says that, too. Huh? That actually turned out not bad.
Sparks and splash!
We're just gonna do one just in case, but...
Alice is full of surprises. Good guessing on your part. Let's keep going and see what else we find.
Sorry, there was big aircraft going over. I was gonna say, normally this is where we met Dvalin.
Yes, now, or it'll be too late.
Maybe he's being coaxed. Yeah, there he is.
It's the ball!
There's something huge in the sky.
Okay, we all remember what Paimon said back then. Anyway, since he's here, that must mean we're about to meet another old friend in these woods.
Yeah, Inti. Which way was it normally? Oh, yeah, here. Follow the path, you dork. Didn't look like he landed, though. Maybe instead of one dragon, I meet the other? Meet Durin instead of Dvalin, even though Dvalin flew over.
Look! There he is! Back then, Dvalin was tainted by the abyss, and Tone-Deaf Bard was about to heal his wounds. But your control over Animo wasn't so great, so they noticed you and ran off. But you've had tons of practice since then, so mistakes like that should be a thing of the past, right?
Or we could just go say hi.
True. No need to go for a full-on reenactment. Let's go!
Our old friends have arrived.
And it is our great pleasure to greet them. Welcome to Mondstadt, you two. The place where it all began.
After some confusion, you and Paimon find yourself at the Knight Favonius headquarters. At a bubble, no less. Hi, Alice.
Lovely to see you, dearies. So what's the verdict? Did our special welcome ceremony meet the mark?
It was impressive. Alice, a member of the Hexen Circle and legendary traveler famed throughout Teyvat. She is also the mother of the Spark Knight Khalees. This is my first time actually meeting her in this form in the story, though I have seen her in trailers, thus I was able to instantly recognize her. Her tracks are impossible to follow as the roving winds, and yet she has provided you with much guidance and help on your journey, drawing on the unfathomable depths of her knowledge and power. For herself, she views exploring the vast panoply of worldly creations and finding pleasure in the joys of life to be her greatest callings. However, she shoulders a responsibility that is greater still, sustaining the borders of the world. I see. So maybe Alice tends to the false sky. Remember, I'm doing this ahead of doing most of Notcry.
It was very... you, that's for sure. Paimon can't believe the Knights of Favonius let you go that far. Where'd you move the real statue of the Seven anyway?
Oh, gracious me. You still haven't figured it out.
It looks like a dream bubble from Honkai-Star Rail.
If I had actually done something to that statue, I would have been locked up in the teensy room next door by now. Certainly not my idea of a pleasant afternoon.
So, what's going on here?
Ah, now you're asking the right questions, Paimon.
The answer lies over here.
And Nicole, you're the other hamster I've met. Clamor Within, a member of the Hexen Circle known as N. She is an angel who did not denigrate into a Seelie, but has instead lived in human form to this day. I did already know Seelies are angels. I kind of figured that out in chapter 1. As she cannot speak, she communicates with others using a unique method, conveying thoughts directly into the consciousness of her opposite. Her knowledge is so profound that she can cite even long-lasting histories effortlessly, speaking of them with intimate familiarity, and yet she still moves her mouth to speak. That's something one of the characters in X does. She is blind, mute, and deaf, so she communicates with people entirely through their dreams and self-conscious.
Nicole, you're here too?
That's right. Our two lovely mages are here on vacation. In fact, everything you just experienced was their handiwork. But I'll leave the explanations to Miss Nicole. I trust you're well acquainted with her skill at explaining all manner of magic and phenomena.
Ironically, no, but let's go with it anyway.
You experienced that firsthand and not cry.
Did we know?
This bubble is a new kind of magic Alice and I invented. Inside it is a small world created using a person's memories.
It is a dream bubble.
When you were busy reading that invitation to Mondstadt, Alice took the opportunity to place you within it.
Oh, we didn't even notice.
I got dream snatched. Is this Memoria?
Wouldn't be much of a dodo king if I couldn't pull off a simple trick like that.
I thought you were the Dodo Queen, but okay. That makes me have to question a few more things about the dad. Ooh, nice eyes. Nice eyes. I wonder if that tells us something too, but no. I also play Honkai-Star Rail, for those who don't know. And one of the worlds in that game, it's a substance that you can find elsewhere in the universe too, but the planet is surrounded by a substance that looks exactly like that, and it's called Memoria, and it can be used to store memories and let people live out lives in like a dreamverse, either temporarily or a long time, depending on how you interact with it. And I wonder if this is also Memoria.
All that to say, the things you saw weren't real. They only exist within this bubble. Except for Venti and Dvalin, of course. I invited Venti, and he brought the dragon along.
It's not every day you get to relive the beginning of your journey. It feels like listening to a verse you haven't heard in a while, right? You might not remember the name or melody, and still, you start humming along in no time.
In my defense, I've experienced it relatively recently, though.
I'm assuming your trip down memory lane was similarly nostalgic.
A little less so for me, just because of all the re-editing, but sure. Thanks for going to so much trouble.
So does Jean know about this or not? Paimon's starting to think that invitation letter was a fake.
Oh, no. Jean wrote that herself, I assure you. I wouldn't dare forge a letter under her name.
Huh. So you do draw the line somewhere.
Ooh. Not with my daughter in her clutches. If you ever become a mother, you'll understand.
Oh, come on! It's not like she's being held hostage.
You put her
The
here.
point is, this magical bubble was created at the request of the Knights of Favonius. With the expedition in Nodcry coming to an end, the Knights will be home before long.
Varka thinks it's better to give people time to reunite with their families, so he told Jean to hold off on a huge welcome reception for now. Of course, Jean has her own thoughts on the matter. You can get the details from her soon.
As things stand, we're keeping the reception small, but there will be some activities. This magic bubble is one of them. The returning Knights can use it to catch up on all the major events that have occurred in Mondstadt while they were gone.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you for not making her mouth move. Oh, thank you. That was such a gripe I had in one of the X adaptation too, is that the anime made her look like she was talking, and it's like, guys, she doesn't talk. You don't understand. It's all in your head. She doesn't talk. She's telepathic. The movie thankfully rectified that, but the anime drove me nuts for that one little detail on the character. So for her, it doesn't look like she moves her mouth when she talks. So thank you for paying attention.
Simply put, it's a reenactment of your adventures.
Indeed. The ultimate goal is for everyone to have a chance to take part in the excitement.
I see.
So, what about the parts that took a few, creative liberties?
Oh, those were there because the bubble world is still being transcribed and debugged. Memories are easy to extract, and the resulting information density is fine, but it's not exactly a stable medium.
I know somebody who could, you could talk to about that. Actually, I know a whole planet.
If memories are the only thing used to recreate a world, it's hard to ensure a lack of deviations. For example, these memories belong to Venti, but even for someone like him, whose memories are quite reliable, there is bound to be some variance.
Why is
Not
Clea
to
God in your
mention,
world?
On their own, memories lack an interactive component, so I added some self-deductive capabilities to this magic, which exacerbated the instability issues, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe she added Clea.
That, makes sense.
For instance, say we're recording memories and Lisa happens to fly into a fury over some overdue library books at the same time. A powerful thunderstorm might unfold in the bubble world out of nowhere. Luckily, there's a simple solution. We just have to send someone to scout things out first. Then we can manually correct anything that doesn't make sense.
Exactly. Plus, once the recording is complete, the magic will loop, so there won't be further deviations, and we won't need real people to act things out. Ah, and before it's all said and done, we'll be sure to cover up your identity, Venti.
Much appreciated. Otherwise, buying around at the Angels share is gonna be much more of a hassle.
Huh. Like you're the one who does the buying.
It's settled then. We'll allow you to be the first to relive these precious memories, and in return, you'll be our eyes on the inside.
I knew it. No such thing as a free lunch.
Yeah, but it sounds like fun. Besides, we already snapped a few pics of some potential bugs. Like that weird statue of the Seven.
Oh, no, Paimon. That one was entirely intentional.
What? Seriously?
I was gonna say,
As the
she probably put it
creator of
there.
This world, I'm afforded a bit of creative license, I would think. Creating this bubble was no easy task. Is a little personal touch too much to ask for? Hmm?
I doubt anyone will mind. As far as I'm concerned, you're free to do as you please. This is Mondstadt, after all.
Oh, well. Paimon can't argue with that.
In that case, we'll be counting on you to continue testing our work tomorrow.
It's still early. Why not check out the other events at the testing grounds in the meantime? Jean should be there too.
Yeah, we'll go say hi. She's the one who invited us after all.
Thanks all. See you tomorrow.
I think nothing of it. Now that the world is at peace, you two are overdue for a vacation. Best to make the most of it.
Is the world at peace, though? Is it? I don't know, actually. I mean, there's still the whole issue with Conria. If Hilly Churls exists, that means the world probably isn't that much at peace. Go to the event venue to meet Jean.
Oh, and didn't you say Kleiner would be making the trip with you this time, Alice?
He's been delayed, I'm afraid. Troublesome happenings on another planet. And of course, just when he jumped through all those hoops to make it back to Tevat, Dottore starts causing trouble.
I'm pretty sure Kleiner is her husband. Did you just tell me that he is an alien? Which, I mean, yes, this takes place in the Honkai universe. A lot of these characters are probably aliens. Alice herself might be an alien. We're an alien. So, I wonder which planet he came from.
The border is a terrible mess even now. So, unfortunately, his vacation has been postponed. Just yesterday, he did give us a call on the Dodo communication device, though. As you can imagine, Klee was pleased as punch to hear her dad's voice.
I see.
Okay, he is.
Being a seeker is a tough job indeed.
A seeker, huh? Seeker of what? And why? I doubt I can scan either of you. It's worth a shot.
Dvalin appeared a little late, but his sparks and splash triggered a deep magical reverberation. Background music needs to start half a second late.
Oh
I
dear.
should put another instance if now the diagnostics are failing.
This is what my brain does. This is why I glitch out when somebody else talks over me.
Nicole, dear, stop fretting. You're projecting rather loudly, you know.
Every detail is within your control, huh? Color me impressed.
They're both elves, too, I've noticed. Look up? You mean look up? Look up what? Huh? A sword has been plunged deep into the ceiling. Why? Who? Huh? Hi? Hello? I have questions. Is this like how school kids have a tendency to like flip their pencils up into the foam ceiling and get them stuck there? What happened? Has that always been there? I don't remember that part in my editing. Granted, I'm not done yet either. Where am I going? Door is over here. Well, yeah, okay, now that we know there is technically a way to escape, he's able to... He's having trouble getting back, though, and I don't know if that is because of the whole Heavenly Principles thing. Maybe he's immune to it because he's originally an outsider? I don't know. Is Alice a refugee from another planet? Is that why she sought out this place to raise her daughter on another planet entirely? These are probably left over from Witch's homework. I didn't know how it would play out, so I put a lot of pins. Okay, down that way. I did see some balloons, but it raises a great many questions. Because, yeah, the other Honkai games, especially Star Rail, it really does explore much more ideas of, like, planets and communications between the two and factions and all that other stuff. And Tevat really is just, you know, one of a great many, if you think about it.
Yes, good work. We'll go with this setup.
I changed the time only to be stuck in the afternoon anyway.
We're here!
That's a big bird.
Honorary Knight, Paimon, welcome back. Did you have a good time in Alice's magic bubble?
Yeah, it was so cool! Paimon's looking forward to getting back in there tomorrow!
I'll be sure not to spoil it then. I imagine you might be interested in what went into the preparation, though. I loved the idea when Alice brought it up, but I knew it would take a great deal of reenactors, not to mention recruiting Dvalin.
Oh no, that big bird is in the background.
Luckily, Venti, or rather, Lord Barbados, agreed to help. After that, I opened up recruitment to the people of Mondstadt. Countless volunteers jumped at the chance to reenact your stories, Honorary Knight. It took me 2 days just to read through all the applications. A lot of people have gotten involved, and that includes quite a few familiar faces as well.
Are you one of them?
Yes, according to Alice, I'm one of the leading ladies.
I hope it wasn't too much work.
Yeah, there are other activities here too, right? Sounds like there's a lot on your plate.
Ah, well, such are the duties of the acting Grandmaster. I'm used to it. For those of us who have been holding down the fort, so to speak, the return of the expedition team is a matter of great importance. The Grandmaster contacted me and said not to organize a grand reception on their behalf, and I understand where he's coming from. I'm sure the team will be exhausted upon returning, and making a big fuss might just tire them out further.
I'm sensing a butt in there somewhere. Tone-deaf Bard said you had other ideas.
Yes, well, those of us here in Mondstadt have been awaiting their return for a long time.
Yeah,
Resuming
6
normal
years.
life after such a long expedition will be quite an adjustment.
At least.
An official welcome might help them feel at home and reacclimate to life here. Not to mention, it's a chance for the people to show them no matter how long we've been apart, we're still family.
That's a good point, as long as we keep it small, of course. I mean, it's their troops and their home. I guess that's on them.
Yes, absolutely. And I don't know, perhaps I am overstepping. I just hope the Grandmaster isn't too upset.
So, besides the whole bubble thing, what have you got planned?
Here, I'll show you. First, this is an arena we've set up to showcase Favonius blade work. The cavalry company is in charge of this one. I'm sure there will be some exciting sparring sessions.
Ooh, that means we'll get to see Kaya on stage!
That's right. Compared to me, he's much better at keeping things interesting, even when the subject matter is quite serious. I can think of no better person for the job.
You're as modest as ever, huh, Jean?
Over here, we're running a wind glider speed shooting event. It's not hard to guess who's in charge of this one, I'm sure.
Amber, of course.
Yes, her gliding skills are top-notch, and she's quite creative when it comes to event design. Be sure to check it out when the time comes. There's also a booth that will serve as a reception area where people can relax and chat with each other. A few simple games will be available as well. Hertha is in charge of the drink stall, but we're still working on the menu.
Well, the more alcohol options, the better, I think. The expedition team likes the strong stuff.
I see one's at least back already.
Fair point. Huh?
What's with that face?
Varga, Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius, also known as Mondstadt's Knight of Boreas. We finally get to meet him, 6 years later. He's a straightforward and bold individual known for his wit, humor, and willingness to disregard convention. Behind this seemingly casual demeanor, however, lies a composure and confidence forged through countless battles. When crisis strikes, the oath sworn by the Knight of Boreas is as sure as the strokes of his sword.
Grandmaster, you're back? Has the entire team returned as well? Well, apologies, we're not quite done with the preparations, but I assure you, it's limited to what you see here. We're exercising the utmost restraint.
Hey. Relax, Jean, relax. No need to get all formal with me. I split from the group to make it back first. Pretend I'm not even here. Besides, I knew you'd want to surprise us, no matter what I said.
Isn't that kind of irresponsible for a captain, even if you're on the journey home?
Oh, I see.
If I didn't tell you to put on the brakes, I knew you'd go full throttle and start planning the next Ludi Harpastum or Windbloom Festival. You put so much pressure on yourself, diving headfirst into the deep end without thinking about how much is on your plate. I just didn't want you to overwork yourself, that's all.
Oh, wow! That's actually really nice of you.
Well, looking out for my fellow knights comes with a job.
Okay, then where's your troops, man?
As for the event, food, drink, and fun in spades without too much pomp and circumstance. Yeah, just like a Mondstadt festival should be. The team will feel at home in no time.
That's far too kind, Grandmaster. But thank you.
I mean it, you know? Just trust my judgment. Anyway, you two got a sec? Now that I'm finally back in my old stomping grounds, let me treat you to a meal. I'll even introduce you to the Good Hunter's secret menu.
Ooh, nice! Paimon's never heard of that before.
That's why they call it secret, Paimon.
What's wrong? Not hungry?
Do you two not get along, maybe?
Actually, Grandmaster, there's a few things I'd love for you to look over, since you seem to have some time to spare. Perhaps we could go back to headquarters first.
Hang on. You know this is just a pit stop, right? There's not going to be time for me to take over the whole shebang.
Of course. Still, you are the Grandmaster.
Can't help you there.
Oh, you have no idea what this means. I'll be trapped in the office until tomorrow morning.
I can bring you a coffee from Good Hunter.
It's not that dramatic. If we make haste, we'll finish before dawn.
As much as Paimon wants to check out that secret menu, you should at least do some work now that you're back.
All right, all right. Oh, let's go. Guess I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, Prologue Act 1 complete. Ooh, these are a little shorter. Not that I mind. Like I said, I'd much rather things be shorter and, like, fun and condensed than 3 to 5 hours long and I'm falling asleep. Okay, so we have a bunch of different things that we can do. These must be our quests in between. So we have Favonius Falcon Recon log, a chat over drinks, and Lion Fang's Radiant Onslaught. I guess I can try Favonius Falcon's Recon. During the special welcome ceremony, Amber and her juniors have prepared a brand new flying and shooting challenge waiting for people to come and experience it. Okay. Let's do this instead then. Whoop. Oh, I see. It's because everybody else is here. It has me locked in the other story mode. Amber? Hey there, Lumion and Paimon. Let me introduce our new colleague. This is Asia, Signals Officer for the 7th Company, and this is her able assistant, Vesper. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Honorary Knight and the Helper in White. It's an honor to meet you. Say hello, Vesper. Whee! Another Signals Officer? I've never heard of this position.
Whoa, the Falcon is so well behaved. It looks like it's wearing armor and it's even carrying a tiny bag. Hold on a second, Paimon's confused. What did Amber mean when she said performance? Does this have something to do with Miss Aija and Vesper? Let me explain. Master Jean probably told you we're holding a wind glider speed shooting event. Am I right? That's a very simple way of explaining it. In reality, it might be a little different from your expectations. This event is more like a flying performance and instruction challenge. The crux of this event isn't gliding with the wind glider, it's about sending signals to the ground to airborne units like Vesper, so we can instruct them to perform complex maneuvers and defeat monsters, represented by targets naturally. It should be a novel experience, a pleasant little surprise. Sure. So we're not gliding? We're not gliding, we're guiding. That's right. This flying challenge is a technical demonstration. Our goal is to showcase the new direction we're taking to develop the Knights of Reconnaissance capabilities to our colleagues. Amber may be able to accurately detect enemy movements and make concise records while gliding, but that's not a skill that every knight can aspire to. The goal for Vesper and me is to write a comprehensive set of instructions that ordinary knights can coordinate with well-trained Mondstadt falcons and form a pair of eyes in the sky. That way, even without strong outriders, we can gather intelligence over sustained periods and ensure steady progress when advancing. In fact, with the innovative forward-facing weaponry that Vesper is equipped with, some of the weaker airborne monsters we encounter can be eliminated in advance. Dang, that girl got some dance moves back there. Wow, very impressive. You sound just like an engineer. And relax, Aija. There's no need to be so serious around these two. You're not talking to Commander, Frederica. Just think of it as playing with a new animal friend. The most important thing is to have fun. Sorry, Amber. I'm just really eager to get underway. Vesper and I have been training hard for this demonstration. If we can get your approval, Honorary Knight and the Helper in White, it'll mean our instructions are basically good to go. Then we can polish them up a little and put them to practice. Of course, you might encounter a few mechanical malfunctions during the demonstration. We've been training pretty intensely and may have ended up wearing out some of the components.
Once the replacement components are ready, we'll swap everything out. Don't worry, we'll make sure Vesper's backpack works perfectly on the field. Whee! It'll be strict, but it won't be harsh. Don't worry, I'm not here to nitpick. Paimon's gonna give it a proper go too. Sounds like all 4 of you are bursting to go. Well then, have fun. The Favonius Falcon Recon log. The travelers must command Vesper the Falcon to fly alongside designated routes and launch projectiles from an alchemical backpack to hit the targets along the way. The more targets destroyed, the more trial coins earned, and the higher the flight score upon completion of the challenge. During the flight, there will be multiple perspective changes. In the tracking view, when using a controller, hold the button to keep firing, and drag the right stick to adjust the firing direction. Oh, is it going to play more like a Legend of Dragoon game or something? In the top-down view, or a Star Fox, the Falcon will automatically target objects directly ahead. When the Falcon comes into contact with monster targets, elite monster targets, and the monstrous bullets they unleash, you'll lose action points. Coming into contact with elite monster targets causes you to lose more action points. Once action points are depleted, the challenge fails, so it's crucial to plan the flight path carefully to avoid dangers. During the challenge, in addition to the trial coins that increase your score, there are various pieces of enhancing equipment. Defeating elite monster targets might make them drop enchanting equipment. Pick them up to obtain combat buffs. After obtaining the homing shell, it will automatically lock into all targets for a period of time. When firing, it will attack all targets within the line of sight. After obtaining the Cyclone Shield, multiple wind vortexes will be created around the Falcon, dealing damage to any monstrous bullets and targets they come into contact with. After obtaining a linear strike, the Falcon alchemical backpack will be charged. When actively released, it will deal damage to monstrous bullets and targets in a straight line ahead. Okay, we're just outright going to be playing a shmup. Due to the intense training, the Falcon's alchemical backpack is in an unstable state. You may encounter some unexpected situations during the flight. Can you talk, friend? No. You look like you could, but... like, if there's a character that can maybe read animal minds. Honorary Knight. Ida Gretel, at your service. We can begin the flying demonstration and instruction challenge anytime you like. Now that I think about it, how does a Falcon conduct reconnaissance? You're interested in the technical side of things. Wonderful. It's a little complicated, so I'll try to make things as simple as possible. To achieve air-to-ground communication, in addition to making most of Amber's unparalleled reconnaissance expertise, we also integrated 4 different technologies. Alchemical equipment from Mondstadt, Gardemic identification devices from Fontaine, principles for controlled overhead surveillance from Liyue, and expertise on beast taming from Sumeru. Vesper has undergone special training. It's able to send over more than 30 simple signals to the mechanism on its back by using various tones and movements. The signals are then converted into a coded sequence of flashing lights, which are transmitted to the ground for operators like me to interpret. Similar operational methods have already been field tested on Liyue's overhead surveillance devices and used to eliminate multiple criminal syndicates and monster swarms. The methodology has proven reliable. I think I've heard this before. Is that even possible? I don't remember it if it is. Apparently, a big exhibition will be held in Nodcry soon, and a delegation from Liyue is planning to showcase even more advanced technology. I'm going to watch and learn. However, for the time being, the flight instructions sent to Vesper will continue to use the same information chain that I detailed just now. From the ground, we transmit coded light signals. When the mechanism on Vesper's back receives them, it will emit specific tones to tell Vesper what to do. If the visibility is good, it takes less than a second from the moment the order is given for Vesper to react. But if Vesper can't receive the flashing light signals, it will rely on its memory and intuition to return to where it first took off. Vesper's very clever. Chwah! Indeed, I became neighbors with Vesper when I was only as tall as the Spark Knight, and Vesper was only half as tall as me. Of course, Miss Hania's work and introduction to the principles of beast taming also played a vital role. Hania, I've heard that name before. Does she have some sort of special insight into that area? Perhaps you've met her before. I've only read her work, though I'd love to show my gratitude in person. Right now, she's only really released a limited run of proof copies, but her book includes a detailed discussion on communicating with animal companions that has benefited me greatly. If I hadn't found her work by chance at a small stall in Nodcry, who knows how many years it would have taken to realize our plans for air-based reconnaissance. Your rapport with Vesper is clearly a key factor. You and Vesper are obviously birds of a feather. That's true. It's not easy to find a bird of prey as clever and cooperative as Vesper. It's one of the biggest difficulties with trying to popularize a system like this going forward. Still, I'm ready to take on the challenge, if I'm going to study my beast-taming socks off, in addition to my regular duties, of course. As the technology matures, perhaps the signaling equipment will become more compact. That way, birds like pigeons could have viable options, and the training process will become more standardized. Yep, carrier pigeons. Although they are a unique breed of pigeons, specifically. You can't just train any old pigeon like that. You can teach regular pigeons to read, though, but reconnaissance was something to a specific breed, which is now extinct. Just you wait, Honorary Knight. What exactly does a signal officer do? Oh, do you know Fonia? She's the shining light of the original signal officers. It was Fonia who established our operating principles, combining incredible alchemical technology with cutting-edge experimental tactics. She designated most of the training programs I completed, with the help of the vice captain and Lenore, our first signals officer. Then something unexpected must have happened. Once she finished compiling the signals handbook, she was transferred and took up temporary role as an intelligence officer. By the time I got back from Dormanport, Fonia had taken a leave of absence. I haven't been able to see her since. Actually, a few things happened. I don't know what happened either. I really don't. I get the impression it's a complicated situation, but the higher-ups haven't issued an incident report, so I guess that means someone like me doesn't need to know. I'm happy to leave it at that. Based on what I know about Fonia, she'll be back in the game in no time. I respect her too much to think she needs any undue concern from me. Shall we get back to the matter at hand? I'm guessing that's a character I meet somewhere in Nodcry eventually. A good idea. I want to know more. That's a lot to get my head around. Alright, let me think. We've already covered operating principles, however we've run into a few problems when putting them into practice. For example, echo and beam detection devices remain difficult both to operate and maintain. The entire team of dedicated technicians would be needed to perform maintenance on the battlefield. These are precision instruments after all, and not every knight can be an expert in engineering. There's no way around it. This is the difference between theory and application. Outfitting every unit with acoustic sensors or alchemical beam equipment isn't cost-effective. Mondstadt can't afford such technology at the moment. Therefore, we've settled onto two different paths. The first is to continue to tackle the key technological challenges. The second is to adopt a relatively simple optical-based methods that I've proposed. The authorities in Liyue have extensive experience in this regard. I plan to keep in touch with Su Ding's team for regular guidance as development progresses. Alright, let's actually do the challenge. Let's do it then. Roger that. Vesper, put on your best talon forward. Honor the Honorary Knight's instructions carefully. Shwaa! Right. Some of the adventurers have noted that the gentle terrain of Windrise makes the perfect place to practice gliding. The same goes for Recon Falcons. Understanding when to fly straight, drift to the side, and even perform barrel rolls is essential to effectively engaging enemies. Use the right stick to adjust crosshairs. Hold to shoot. Okay, we've done mini games like this before. Ooh, I can move. Alright. So we're going there, so I go here. Probably don't need this, but I'll grab it anyway. So agile, Vesper's like a pro. Alright, we're changing perspectives. Next up, shooting regular targets. Oop. This is more classic shmup. Joke's on you, I've been going back and getting Nier Automata trophies on this account. Since they were on my other account and I no longer have that one. Case in point, this is kind of baby mode by comparison. Me and my big mouth. Me and my big mouth. I barely made that one. Because I don't think there's a dodge button. get these from here? I can start on it. Remember this being the arena of our first event, too. Back when they used resin. You had to do it in co-op. Okay, we got homing beams. Homing missiles. Okay, this is probably gonna speed us up. First drill completed. What if I just totally missed that? After obtaining the Cyclone Shield, multiple wind vortexes will be created around the Falcon, dealing damage to any monstrous bullets and targets they come into contact with. Ooh, I feel like we're a little faster, maybe? Alright, next is a test of your aim. Hitting targets while flying takes some serious focus. Okay, so they're actually gonna move now. Let's try and get ahead of them. Ooh, you're different. Phase 1 complete. We're already back here already. But there's a warning signal up ahead. I think we're about to face a powerful enemy. Oh, did they put bosses in? At the Hilly Camp. Cyclone Shield active! Go! Okay, I got him, even though he was a little past the screen. I was anticipating him coming from the front, they came from the back. Alright, since we broke through this obstacle, I'm worried about that rain. The three of us work well together, watch out! The backpack seems to be damaged. My controls are backwards. The spurs are looking a little worn out. Gotta stay extra vigilant. Oh, dang it. And score. Remaining action points. Don't know what that means. Alright, after obtaining a linear strike, the Falcon's alchemical backpack will be charged. When actively released, it will deal damage to monstrous bullets and targets in a straight line ahead, so that's a big laser beam probably. So this time it's a flight drill in the mountains. Operating in the air over such a cold region. Must be a challenge for Vesper as well, right? Gosh, now my controls are backwards from doing that. Up is actually up. It gave me pseudo Spyro controls, and after you give me pseudo Spyro controls, my brain immediately defaults to that. You can't undo 30 years of conditioning like that on me. Sound alright? Ooh, those didn't pop in super fast. Let's go left. Eyes on the prize, I missed one. And sometimes I see the characters talking, but I gotta focus on where I'm going. Eyes on the road. The bird road. Okay, there's our beam. Oh, those aren't quite what I thought. That is not the beam. That is something else.
Brilliant breakthrough!
At this altitude, Vesper's pushing his limit. Is he though? Birds like him can fly pretty high. There we go. Press and release for the linear strike. Yeah, there's the beam. Okay, it takes out their bullets too. Ooh, and they cross in front's a good opportunity to do it. Except I don't have any charges left. Do now. Oh, dang it. Didn't pay attention to where I was in space.
Paimon gets it now. Numbers aren't key here. The momentum of the attack is also critical. Paimon's a qualified commander now.
Also, falcons can fly pretty high, Paimon.
Final drill, circling Mondstadt. Congratulations, conducting an offensive defense patrol.
Wow, Paimon, you sound so professional.
Huh, Paimon picked that up from Asia.
Okay, this is gonna have us use everything, isn't it? I wonder if, too, this means in Snezhnaya we're gonna be doing more air stuff. I don't know. It's cool, though. I like it. I kind of appreciate this more than doing the photography quest more than 3 times in a row. Ooh. Usually want to stay in the middle if you don't know what's coming. Flying over the church. But yeah, this is new and different. I like it.
Looking down at Mondstadt from this height sounds really fun.
Once Vesper grows stronger, maybe it can carry us that high too. Pokemon style. Ride on a flying Pokemon. Get Fontaine to invent a GoPro. Vesper use Razor Wind. It's super effective. see the coins.
The aerial battle above Mondstadt ends in victory.
Oh, it's gonna... Is it reversing my controls? Whoop! Fighting small monsters is no difficult challenge. I think that's what she said. There we go! Aerial combat extraordinaire. Let's see what we can get for our homeward journey. Okay, so Windscape Splendor. What do we get from that? Phantasmal Gift. Star Omen. Oh, it's a book weapon, technically. A catalyst. In principle, many phenomena in this world can be called images. Therefore, the image you glimpsed in the crystal ball can, in a sense, be considered an extension of physical reality. In short, even if Alice and Nicole don't acknowledge it, hydromancy is still very much a real thing. Sounds like Mona, maybe. Gave them an earful. Take part in the homeworld He Who Caught the Wind event to obtain. Okay, so attain 200 in Windscape Splendor, 400 in Windscape Splendor. I don't know what Windscape Splendor it is. That must be something else eventually. Homeward Bound Anecdotes. So there's going to be 3 parts to this. I could see that before I actually jumped in. We did first one. Echoes of Memory. Ooh, what's this? You can still picture the moments your journeys began. You remember how it felt to make the first step. Find 2 discrepancies at Starfell Lake. 1, 2, 3. Dawn Winery, Mondstadt, and Starfell Lake. Oh. Is this a whole different quest, or... It is. Okay. So for this, let's claim our prizes. We do get Windscape Splendor this way, okay. Complete a challenge. 4,000, 6,000. We probably have a max for each one, just because. Yeah, we got gold in each. I really like this one. I hope they reintroduce this one again in some way. Okay. So, Homebound Anecdotes. Not that. Was it that? Echoes of Memory. Maybe we should do this one. Let's go to Starfell Lake. Was it this, or was it something else? I didn't actually know. Oops. Ah, it's in here with this. Echoes of Memory. Confirm. Find 2 to 4 discrepancies. You can still picture the moment your journey began. You remember how it felt to take the first step. Way to the world. Enter bubble. In Alice's magic bubble, some things differ from the real world. Use the spotter camera to document the discrepancies and assist Nicole with the debugging process to obtain the corresponding rewards, just like we do with Madame Herta. Discrepancies that you found are saved in the discrepancy log on the left for easy reference. When players fail to find new discrepancies for some time, more clues will appear. Okay, well we found one. With Klee, I already see the Dodeco thing from the island. Okay, that one's already completed. But I see one over here. Whee! Obtained a clue. I don't need it quite yet. Dodo Fortress. Time for some exercise. With Dodeco tennis, basically.
Oh, it's you!
Oh, hello.
Florand? You're here in Mondstadt?
Yes. I received an invitation to exchange swordsmanship techniques. I'd heard of the single-handed sword form of Favonius blade work. But after crossing swords with Miss Eula, it turns out the Knights of Favonius are quite accomplished with the greatsword as well.
You're quite an accomplished swordsman yourself. Although I suppose that's to be expected of the champion duelist. Even over a few short rounds, I feel like we've learned a lot from each other.
Oh my gosh. Is she a discrepancy? She's not getting offended. This is a good place to spar.
For sure. You don't have to worry about breaking stuff or accidentally hurting anyone nearby.
I found another
That's
discrepancy.
right. There also appear to be automatic harpasta launchers in the area.
Ah, that's one of your local traditions, isn't it? Shall we have ourselves a game then?
Why not? You should know, though, I'm not easy to beat at this game. Ah, hold on. No muskets allowed.
Oh, why not? Doesn't it still count as hitting the harpastum?
I mean, you'll probably make it explode.
A sword's range is limited, though, so it wouldn't be fair.
Ah, of course. Then you should use a gun as well. Voila, problem solved.
I don't know if that's the best idea. Giving Eula a gun. Anyway, I see this up here. I wasn't expecting new characters to show up in this. This is from one of our other Alice adventure years, when we were inside the park with the Oceanids.
It sure would be convenient if we could build a choo-choo cart track straight from here to Mondstadt.
An express line right to the best fish blasting spot?
Oh, okay. Might not be the best idea.
Hey, the car here isn't broken anymore. Oh, they didn't show up for that one. Maybe there's only one per area. I was expecting one for each character that showed up. Okay. Discrepancy log. Let's use our eyes first. I'm not in as big of a rush at the moment. Also, the video's not going to be that long. Is it up there? That looks like the Sword of Boreas. I don't think that's supposed to be there. Razor. Can I interact with you? Hello? You wanna be in the photo? Haven't captured the full discrepancy. Come on. Oh wow, I see why it seems so familiar. That's all four. A beam of blue light has appeared to the southeast of the statue, around a ice to the west of the statue. A cart can be found to the north of the statue. The statue of Seven seems to have taken on a new look.
Razor? What are you doing here? And shouldn't this thing be in Wolvenden?
Fiery woman came to take Lupical. I said no.
You stopped her?
She backed down, but then said I would do just as well. This sword is here, for now. I am here to protect it.
Hold on, let Paimon get this straight. Alice was planning to bring Boreas here, but you stopped her. So, she took the illusion of the sword and left you to guard it instead. That would make the trial of Boreas the trial of Razor now, wouldn't it?
What happened if someone tried to claim the sword?
We fight. I protect Lupical.
Wow! Looks like Paimon's guess was spot on! Don't worry, Razor. No one's gonna take this sword. It's not even real.
Not real?
Leave the explanations to Nicole, and make sure you get out before the bubble world closes.
Alice's scheming claims another victim, huh? Let's take the photo and get Razor out of here.
I already took the photo, though.
Not real. I don't get it.
I'm sorry, buddy. So, all discrepancies that we've found, you may leave at any time. I just want to double check a few things. Make sure other characters didn't show up that I didn't realize were there. Don't see any there. I can always look it up later, too. Nope, I don't see any people around. I don't think. Okay, how do I... No. can leave now. Okay, Echoes of Memory Stage 1. Falcon Recall. Onslaught. And chat over fine drinks. That must be the middle one. Okay. That means I think we are good for this particular portion so far. And part 2 will... Okay, I locked myself out of it. If the Knights of Favonius headquarters and participate in the test, I need to leave, actually. Get my butt out of the danger zone. Actually, I wonder what happens if I go to, like, Dawn Winery. Does this whole thing reset? Can I come back? I need to double check that. I think we're okay, right? Yeah, we're probably okay. I think it's because they're technically taking part in another quest, but once I enable focus experience mode, it'll be fine. But there we go. That is part 1 for the prologue Outlander Who Caught the Wind. So, or Homeward, He Who Caught the Wind. So that is where I'm going to call it for now, and there will be probably 2 more videos for the other 2 parts, since I like to make them closer to an hour-ish, 1 to 2 hours-ish if I can anymore. It's just easier on me, mentally and physically. But for now, this is where I'm going to call it. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined. Like and subscribe if you would like to see more Genshin Impact. I'm glad they made these just a little bit shorter, not gonna lie. And I hope to see you all in future videos. Bye-bye!